never been to a convention in LA, so it's really special. Thank you. Aww. So how do you guys want to start this? You want to kick off some Q&A questions? You want me to dance? Oh man, I might need some tunes.
We have some question banks on either side of the stage, so if you guys want to come up and ask a question.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to dance as well. Oh yeah, are you gonna go first? Yes. Praise the Lord. I'm just walking across the stage. Well, I mean, I could always just, oh, good, questions. I'm like, oh God, do I have to babble? Hi.
My first time at anything like this, but I love you. What's going on after Lucifer? I know it's going to be very sad, but I know you have a great future, so what's up?
Oh, well, thank you. I will be very sad. We all do get along, as I'm sure you can probably tell from all of our stories. And, you know, I'm actually writing a 4-issue comic book for a pre-existing show that they will announce, I think, in the next couple of months. I also have a new gig that I can't talk about yet. Essentially, the company is basically like the CIA. So they have been very firm with me. They're like, Garcia. I'm like, I got it. They're like, we hear they call you WikiLeaks. You know? That's Tom's nickname for me. So, mom's the word. I'm trying to keep it tight-lipped. But that will be announced, I think, in next year's San Diego Comic-Con. And it'll be really fun. And I'm writing a lot, so I'm writing a horror movie. And yes, I'm very excited. And I'm also, this is what I'm really excited about, fingers crossed. I'm hoping to write kind of like a Latina demon hunter show, which I think, I'm, you know, I love the tone of Buffy and the Boys. I don't know if you guys have watched the Boys. I'm obsessed with it. And I just like where the stakes are really high, but like you still got to deal with stuff like prom or having to pee or having to eat. So I'd love to create something in that space and just dedicate myself to writing. So I've been writing a lot on hiatus, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Thank you.
Other side.
Oh, other side. Yes.
Hi. First off, I love you so much, and I love your role on George Lopez, and I was wondering what working with him was like compared to working with Tom Ellis on this part.
Well, they're very different. You know, George is a comedian. I'm actually going to his birthday party tomorrow. Is it Sunday? Yeah, his birthday party is tomorrow. He was really a mentor to me. To be honest, you know, people are always like, oh, you're so good with fans and you love fans. And I said, well, that's actually something I learned from him. He would pay security out of his pocket to sign every single autograph, even if it meant being, you know, up after a show till 3:30 in the morning. And he's like, fans are everything. Like, they're the reason we get to do what we do. And I'm a fan myself. You know, I watch a show and then I'm Googling them and obsessed with them. And I'm like, oh my God, they're so cute. I love them. You know? So people are like, oh, you really know what behind the scenes we like. I'm like, yeah, because I'm a fan myself. You know, so I feel like George was so professional, never complained. He would be throwing out the first pitch at the Dodgers game, and then he was headlining a show, and then he would fly and do tours, you know, comedic tours all over the country. And he was really professional and very dedicated to his work. Tom, equally professional, very much an actor's actor. I just went to Six Flags with him and his kids. And Kevin's kids actually on Monday, they thought I was the nanny. It was like Tom Ellis, Kevin's kids, his kids, and the nanny. So that was fun. But you know, Tom is such a class act. I've said this before. Obviously, as a forensic scientist, a lot of my scenes are with dead bodies. And so we have actors laying on the floor for the entire scene, sometimes hours at a time. And Tom is the first person to shadow them, you know, stand in front of the sun in them, ask them if they feel like, hey, you don't have to stay in your contorted position. You can move, you know, your body relax, or do you need water? And for me, it's always how do you treat, you know, how do you treat the least important person in the room is to me a definition of power and class. And so how he treats someone who, you know, he doesn't have lines, they're playing dead all day, and he just treats them like he treats everybody else. And I'm like, that's the kind of captain that I'd like to follow into battle. So he's lovely. He's a lovely dad. He's a lovely, you know, husband, a lovely friend, and a lovely co-star. So I am really gonna miss him because he is so professional and never complains, even though he's shooting 17-hour days.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. A little rude. So my question is, how much of your personality comes out in Lopez?
I get asked this all the time. And, I'm a love bug. You know, I have no filter. You know, like literally last night I stayed home alone Friday night and just binged, I'm up to episode 5 on The Boys. Like I love such a good show. I'm obsessed with Carlin. I like with him. I'm like, oh, he's so hot. Hopefully he never watches this. But I would say Ella's probably a lot smarter than I am. Half the stuff I have to say, like external examination from the carotid, I have to look up and YouTube and look at the videos. But I do talk really fast. I do love people. I do see the best in people. I'm pretty optimistic. I do have a lot of energy. I don't drink coffee, so even if we have 5 a.m. call times, everyone's like groggying in and tired and asking where their coffee is, and I'm like pumping the music and dancing. And Tom calls me human caffeine, and he's like, what are you doing? But I do love learning different languages. A lot, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys? I get that question all the time, but. And I am a hugger. I'm definitely a hugger. So yeah, I think that the writers are so good because they create these very three-dimensional characters, and then they see your aura and they write to that, and they know I'm a goofball. They know I talk really fast. They know I love to dance. So they're really clever and just like incorporating it all. And like I said, the hug wasn't written in the script originally, and they were such collaborative writers. They're like, you know what? That was great. Do more of that, and then they keep writing to that. So you know, it all starts with the writing. They created a great character. My team actually said, "Don't take this role. It's not big enough for you." And because the role, I thought I've never seen a Latina scientist on TV. She's goofy. She's in her own lane. She doesn't care what other people think. I said, "I want to do it." And so it all started with the writers creating this amazing character, and you know, I think it's a team effort.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, hello, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So contrary to my wardrobe today, I am very much a nerdy girl, like t-shirt person. I love nerdy t-shirts, and you know, Mrs. Lopez, or Miss Lopez wears some of the best nerdy t-shirts on the show. I want to know what your favorite one is, because I love the Tacos Fall Apart one. That was like a great one.
Yeah, that was good. I do like the heavy metal one. Heavy metals, where like the metals in the periodic table are like rocking out. Obviously the sushi shirt, because I get to share with Trixie, and there's no real good sushi without rice. Gosh, I like them all, but I would probably say and then also Morning Suck with the vampire. That one was, well, you know, it's funny, and I actually would like, so Wardrobe just reached out yesterday, because we're starting pre-production, and she's like, what ideas do you have for t-shirts? So I'm very open. If you guys have an idea, she asked me for my ideas, and I love, like, I feel like we're all in this together. Like, this is, in a way, your show, because you brought us back. So if you do have any new t-shirt ideas for Ella
I have
season 5.
so many nerdy
Oh my
t-shirts.
God.
I will totally like tweet you or Facebook
Please.
you or whatever, and I will give you some great ideas.
I would love that. I would love that, because I haven't emailed her back yet specifically after this convention. I'm like, I want to see what ideas they got, and then I'll just
Oh yeah,
send
I
them back.
got some good ones in my pocket, so I'll send you some.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Amy.
Hello.
My question is, so we've seen Linda and Chloe's reaction to seeing Lucifer's face. How do you think Ella would react to seeing Lucifer's face? Because she believes in like Christianity and everything like that. I've always been kind of curious.
Well, she would hug him, obviously, and be like, buddy, you know, I have a lot of questions. But, you know, Ella is not judgmental, and that's what I love about her. And she was the one, this is what I love about Ella's character, in full honesty. She'll say something, and it'll seem like the other characters aren't listening, but then they'll reference what Ella said in, like, the last scene, and you're like, you know, like when Ella says to Chloe, he's an angel. He's an angel. The devil's an angel. You can't just become all bad. And then Chloe takes that nugget that Ella says and says, you're right, he's an angel. And then that's snowballed. So I think that she believes in God so much that she has to believe that there might be a devil. So I think she would actually be non-judgmental and pretty open-minded about it, but I kind of secretly hope she never learns so that she can still be like, oh, your dad is God. So I wouldn't want to take that away from her. Great question though. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
What would you like to see happen for Ella's character in season 5? Any like last wishes?
Yeah, well, first of all, she has to wear her glasses more. I asked if she could wear her glasses more often and maybe get like pink or blue hair going. And on the fun part, I'd like to see her coming from some sort of cosplay convention and have to do her forensics in full costume. And I asked them, I'm like, can she not be sexy in cosplay? Can she be like a robot or something? She needs like Chloe to help her put on her gloves and she's like looking at the dead body. And then I would love to meet Abuelita if possible. I would love to have Abuelita, chancla is slipper in Spanish. And I'd love like Abuelita to just hit Lucifer. Chancla. Lucifer be like, damn. So I know he's the devil and all, but like he's no match for Abuelita. That would be really fun. But as far as character stuff for Ella, I would love to learn why she and how she became a woman of faith. Was there something that happened? She comes from poverty. She comes from, you know, Detroit. She comes from a family of criminals. Even her grandma taught her how to steal cars, and obviously all her brothers are shady. So what was it that made Ella put on that cross and become a woman of faith when she grew up with criminals and in poverty? And other than that, you know, I think that was really my only request for them, and of course dancing and maybe some singing.
Or Vegas.
Or Vegas, yeah, exactly. Going back to the gambling. Thank you. Oh, sorry, on this side, yeah.
Hi there.
Hi.
Thank you so much for representing women in science and science being so cool. As a scientist, I think that's really awesome. So I was wondering, from the scenes you've done, was there something that you found amongst the dead bodies that you thought was really cool or really fun or made you look into it more afterwards?
Yes, actually, the jungular, I learned so much about how you lose a lot of blood.
And the carotid artery underneath.
Exactly. That's
Way worse, yeah.
The inner thigh, right?
Well, femoral arteries here, carotid artery is actually what you're feeling, your pulse in your neck, sorry.
Yeah. Oh my God, are you kidding? Lady boner right now. Yes, I like, you know, because a lot of the deaths are like, you know, they bleed out or they get choked out, and so I've learned, I was like, geez, definitely why, and you realize how vulnerable the human body is, you know what I mean? Where you're like, God, one stab in the wrong, and also how resilient it is, but God, now I'm geeking out. I'm like, well, Lauren was here, she'd be like, oh, it's so resilient, the human body. It's very vulnerable. But yeah, that was, I think, really interesting, was how vulnerable the neck is, because you think the heart or, you know, the stomach, and so yeah, nerd alert, but I love it, and that means a lot, because I really feel like when science teachers come up and say, hey, we play your clips from Lucifer in science class, and I've had girls all over the world be like, I want to be a scientist because of you. I'm like, oh, my mascara's dripping. So thank you, that means so much, and thank you for being like a real, in my eyes, female, you know, women in STEM are real life heroes to me. So thank you for, being the real deal. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
I really loved the one-off episode with Ella and Ray Ray.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
also my nickname. So.
Oh, Ray Ray.
But I was wondering, how do you think Ella would react to Ray Ray's true identity and her connection to Lucifer?
I love that episode because you realize that Ella died. Ella flatlined and died in a car crash as a kid and was meant to go to heaven. And so what I love that people always say, oh, is Ella an angel? Is Ella Elaine Belloc? Is she really God? There's all these theories. And I thought, well, she was touched by an angel. She was in a car crash and she died, and the angel of death, whose sole job is to bring souls to heaven, said, too soon for this little Latina nugget. So I think that, I think Ella's such a spiritual person that I think thinking that there's angels and I don't think would be mutually exclusive in the same way that she's a woman of science and a woman of faith. I think that she's so open-minded that I think she would understand, oh, this is why I'm basically Lucifer's little sister, because his real little sister put us, together. So I think it would like put things into place for her. But yeah, that was also one of my favorite episodes because I think it really solidified Ella and Lucifer's relationship as truly brother and sister.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm from Brazil, and I really love the show and you.
Obrigada.
And my question would be, I'd like to know, what do you think about Ella's and Dan's relationship? And if you think there's a future in there or something.
Okay, so Kevin is obviously such a gentleman, and I think as far as the characters go, I think it's two people. Sometimes you do uncharacteristic things when you're falling down a rabbit hole. And I think that Ella starts, sex, drugs, rock and roll. She shows up hungover, she's wearing her glasses. Ella is #hot mess season 4. You know what I mean? Like, she is just, and it was so fun. And I think that her compass was so out of whack that it was two lonely souls in a moment of confusion just needing connection because she lost her connection with the big guy, with God. And personally, when we shot that scene, oh my God, Kevin and I are like, because Kevin and I are like brother and sister, right? And so we're like, yeah, okay, woo! And literally, right before we shot that scene, I'm like, hey Kevin, are you like tequila? Just like, take a little shot of, I have no filter. I'm probably gonna get a call from Netflix, be like, oh, there's no drinking on the job. But we took just one shot. And it was a little, because we needed to, it's like, you have to make out with your brother. And we were like, I was like, oh, he's so handsome. Yes, but I just don't see him that way. But I don't know. I think it might have been a one-time thing, but Kevin may have opened up Pandora's box when it comes to not necessarily, picking a conventional guy. I hope I didn't say too much, and I'm gonna stop right there. Wiki links. Thank you, obrigada. Yes.
What's the funniest thing that's happened on set?
Oh, wow. Well, Lauren German is, our biggest prankster. I don't know. I think it's just maybe Lauren's camel toe underwear. She decided to come down to rehearsal wearing full on, and it's like an exaggerated camel toe underwear and completely straight face. No. So she walks to set, full of rehearsal, and everyone's like, oh my God, is this, what's happening here? Lauren literally walks in like full on, just camel toe. She's like, all right, I'm ready. Camel toe underwear, ginormous. So much so, you guys. This is me really spilling the beans. I'm still getting in trouble. She got called up to the principal's office. And this is what happened. Lauren is hysterical. Like Lauren, I mean, everyone is really funny out of the cast, but Lauren is just, she's hysterical, and you would never know it from, she's such a fantastic actress, and I mean, how great was she this season? I think she should have been nominated for an Emmy, in my personal opinion. She crushed it this season, and she got called up to the office by her bosses, and our bosses have an incredible sense of humor. Joe and Ildy, they're our showrunners, and they're like, Lauren, did you walk on set with camel toe underwear? And Lauren's like, yes, I did. And they're like, that can't happen again. Correct. So probably that, and I'm sure there will be more season 5 because she is probably going to go rogue because it's go out with a bang. So I'll keep you posted. I'll make sure to behind the scenes Instagram for you guys.
Yes, please. Woo! That's awesome.
Hey.
So Richard Speight directed an episode this season.
Yes.
I will see him next weekend. Do you have anything good dirt on him or anything?
Oh, Richard.
Yes.
He was great. He actually did the episode where I think Ella was on Molly, right? And like diffused a bomb. I think he did that one. Yeah. Did he do that? I can't remember. They are. But he's great. Dirt. I think well, this isn't funny. This is kind of, but he might be scared, like really scared of flying. Is he really scared of flying? Okay. Yes. Yeah. Which, trust, I am also scared. Let's just not pull any pranks on that one.
Right.
No, he's like a nerd. He's like a major nerd who just, like, he doesn't know how funny he is, I think. I think he'll just like geek out in his nerdum, and you're like, oh my god, you're like a real life nerd, and so, but he's lovely. I have no dirt on him. Just tell him I say. Where are you gonna see him?
There's a Supernatural one in Vancouver next weekend.
Oh my god. Well, I think he's doing we're doing a charity event for multiple sclerosis, and I think he's gonna play there. But will you just please tell him I say hi? Will you ask him dirt on me? I'm wondering, like, I feel like I got an FBI, I want to know, how politicians when they're running, they hire people to be like, what dirty laundry do you have? Ask him if he's got any on me, just so I know, I'd be curious. Awesome, tweet me. Thank you.
Hi, Aimee.
Hi.
What's your favorite episode you've ever done on the show?
Oh, that's a toss-up between Vegas, because
Vegas.
Oh my god. I got to gamble, I got to wear a Vegas showgirl outfit from the 40s, it was amazing. I would say between that one and the Azrael episode, because we finally learned where her voices are. Yeah, and I actually really enjoyed dancing the finale with Tom. We had one day rehearsal. Tom, by the way, I don't know where he gets energy. He nailed it, and it was like one rehearsal, and we had to do like lifts and stuff. And yeah, it was great. And you know what's so funny? The choreographer asked now, as actors, do you want to do the hard lift or do you want to do the easy lift? And I didn't even answer. I was like, well, he's like, let's do the hard lift. Like, he was like ready for showtime, So it's always fun to dance with Tom. But yeah, I would probably say Vegas and Azrael.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite on those, probably. Vegas.
Yes, love it. I won't tell the others. Sometimes I'm doing photo ops with Tom, and like people will come to me like, "You're my favorite character." And I'm like, "Tom is right there." He loves it. He takes it in stride. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Okay. So it seems like you guys have a lot of fun. And I'm thinking about bloopers when I say, is there a parent in the group that kind of has to reel y'all back in before it gets to the principal's office? Like, all right, we have to get this scene, stop goofing off. Like, I don't know how y'all get anything done. It just looks like too much fun.
I think that would be probably our AD. Like, I don't think there's a cast member. God, I'm trying to think. Like, well, maybe Tom, but he's so sweet. He just goes along with the punches. But we're all pretty bad. It's just really fun, you know? And also I have a lot of fun scenes. I don't have a lot of, so Lauren will be doing a scene and then she's like, the excitement level and laughter just went up. Is Aimee Garcia on stage? Like she'll get so annoyed, because I'll get, but maybe, I think it's our AD, like our assistant director, whose job is to like keep things on track. Because we'll be laughing, we'll have laugh attacks, and then Lauren, I love making Lauren laugh. So a lot of times when it's my close-up, she'll like her shoulders start going, so she has to like start looking down, and then Tom never breaks. But yeah, we're all. No one's really like the parent. We're like orphans.
Release the bloopers. I'm just gonna plug that.
I know, I will. Well, you know, Tom never always has his lines remembered. Like, there's no real bloopers on Tom, but we'll see. I'll see if I can, you know, muster something up. Don't tell him.
Hi, Aimee.
Hey.
I just want to say I'm a big fan, but I do have a question for you. And I was wondering, why did you start acting?
Oh, well, I actually started dancing first. As you know, I'm from Chicago, and my mom had a friend who was an agent, and I loved to dance, and I was always like a little ham. And she said, you have to get her into acting. And my mom's Mexican. She's like, but she's not so cute. She's like, what a personality. Oh my goodness, God. She's not so cute. And then they needed a dancer for a commercial. I was like 7, and my mom was like, that she can do. She can dance. So then I started dancing in a commercial, and then it all kind of took off from there, and I just did it for fun, to be honest. I did like McDonald's commercials with Michael Jordan, and I did it as a hobby. I went to school full time, and for me, acting was just a way to pay for school, for college, and have fun. And then once I graduated school, and I didn't major in acting, I quit. And I went to New York and I worked in finance. I know, nerd alert. And then returned to it because I was like, God, I love acting. So I actually did acting, kind of just stumbled onto it, and then broke up with it, dated other careers, and then came back to my first love. And I was like, damn it, I love it, because I just don't think of acting as a job. I really love just making people laugh and making people's day better. Like even on hiatus on Instagram, I'm like, can I do like a dance for people to just make their day go by? Because you know, we all have shitty days, and if I can do a small part in just making people feel like a little better or like less alone, like I'm happy to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Girl, I love you in Once Upon a Time, because you look that Chola, girl. You should rock that.
I wasn't on Once Upon a Time.
Wasn't that?
No, but I may have a doppelganger out there. But thank you on her behalf. It's probably some of my best work.
No. It wasn't so much that. But what I want to ask is a kind of a semi-serious question. It goes, now that you guys know the show is coming to an end, and we all know that kind of sucks for us, what are your plans for the future? I mean, are you going to do another series? Do you want to do films? Do you just want to chill?
Well, like I said, you know, I'll give abbreviated version. I'm writing a lot. I have a new show that'll be announced next year, and I'd love to create kind of like a Buffy type of show. And also, what I didn't mention before is I'd love to create like a female Peter Parker. I would love to have a character, like imagine Ella-ish type of character with superpowers, but like janky, like it's like she's got to save the world, but she's got to pee. So it's like, save the world, pee. Or like, I want her to wear glasses, and I want in the panel in the graphic novel, like she's fighting like a Dr. Octopus type or whatever, and her glasses fall on the floor, and then she can't say anything. She's like, oh, I really should have invested in contacts. You know what I mean? So I love like that voice of kind of, you know, Star-Lord and Peter Parker, and when Buffy was about to kill a vampire, you know, and she's just like, oh, your breath stinks, and then she kills him, or it's the end of the world, and she's like, I have to pick a prom dress, you know. So I love that kind of tone, and I would love to create like the anti-hero hero where she has to save the world, but like she doesn't know how, and she's a major nerd, and her family's like, you better finish your rice and beans, and she's literally, it's apocalyptic, and she's like, no, familia first, you finish your rice and beans, and then she finishes the rice and beans, and she's like, you need your second plate of rice and beans, and like, and the world is ending, and you can see her leg underneath, so that would be my goal if I can create like a little Latina female Peter Parker. Thank you.
Hi. I have a question about a potential season 5. What is the likelihood of Chloe and Maze busting into hell to rescue Lucifer whilst wearing the camel toe underwear?
I really hope that question is recorded somewhere. Oh my God, I would love to send that to Joe and LD. Yeah, I mean, is everyone caught up on season 4? Yeah. Okay, I don't want to give spoiler, because I'll do these all over, and like in Germany or something, like they're only on season 3, so I have to be careful about, But I don't know, now that he's reigning in hell, I don't know, there's a rumor I think going off that Ella goes to hell, and I have no idea who's gonna end up down there or who's gonna end up there or what. But the chances are 50-50. I don't know. But I think that's an excellent idea. And if I can try, even though we got in trouble, if I can try to get Gerb to wear the camel toe underwear again, I'll try to snap it out, and
Or like a sort of superhero posse.
Yeah, exactly. She'll probably start like a Halloween costume trend where everyone's like, wearing the camel toe. But I don't know. I really have no idea with writing stuff, but I think someone will go to hell. I don't know. Again, don't tweet like Aimee Garcia, spoiler alert, season 5. I have no idea. They tell me nothing because they know better than to tell me anything. Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, Aimee.
Hi, I like your double horns.
Thank you. I don't know if you remember me from WB.
Oh my God, yes! By the way, I have to give a shout out. She leads tours at Warner Brothers, and when we were at the risk of extinction, she was so generous and would literally give out like Lucifer pins and tell the tours that they would have to watch Lucifer. So you were,
So, as you know, we all drive by your stages and we see you guys on the lot having fun, but on a serious note, what has been the most difficult scene for you or any of the cast members to shoot?
Oof. Well, definitely the emotional weight of the show is carried on by the other actors beautifully. Like Inbar was fabulous this season, and like I said, I think Lauren did nominated work this season. Tom is always impeccable. I think for me personally, it's fun to be goofy and all this stuff, but I think one of the scenes that for me was most challenging was the scene where Ella says to Dan, it's not that God, because she's so angry at God. She's like, why? There's shootings, there's unnecessary violence, there's all these things. How can there be a God if we lose parents too soon, or we get cancer? Like those things shouldn't happen. If there's a all-loving, unconditionally loving God watching over us. And what I wanted to do justice for the character is when she has that scene where she says it's not God's job to take away all the evil in the world. He's there to help us cope with those moments and those times. And so for me, I wanted to do justice because there's a lot of religious people and a lot of spiritual people, and whether you believe in God or angels or whatever, you know, that scene for me was, I think, the hardest because I thought it was written so well, I didn't want to mess it up, and you know, I don't know. Those scenes are always not easy for me because they're very still, and I'm like a little hummingbird that's always moving around. So for me to just like be still and quiet, it's very vulnerable for me because I'm always like, you know. So those scenes, I didn't want to like be guarded, you know. I wanted to just be like, I mean, I got, you guys, seriously, I got a double chin going. Like, it is not a sexy scene. I'm like, it just, you know, but it was good because it's not about looking good. It's about being honest.
Thank you. We can't wait to have you guys back.
Thank you. We can't wait to
Hi. I was wondering what it was like being on Michael Rosenbaum's podcast because I found that really enlightening.
Yeah, so Michael is fabulous. He has like, I think, more energy than I do. It's just fun, honestly. It's like talking with a friend. We are friends. We were friends before, but I hope I can say his house is like Willy Wonka's house. Like he has, you know, tons of like action figures all over, and he's got posters, and he's got like a you know movie basement, and he's got like music and drums. I mean, it's literally, he's like a kid. And I tell him this so you could be like, but he's lovely, you know. It was really fun, and the hour goes by really fast, and he definitely gets you to say stuff that you don't think you would say. You're like, oh, I'm talking about how I'm like totally single and take us to see movies Friday night. But it's fun, you know. He's brilliant, and I would love to actually work with him soon. We should do something.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll text him today. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, hello, how are you?
I'm well, thanks.
I just wanted to say first that I can never look at radishes the same way again. And I know season 4 we saw a lot of you. I wanted to know, is there something as an actor that you're not willing to do for a role? Is this something that is so uncomfortable, or is it such a challenge for you?
No, I mean, I'll do anything as long as it's a three-dimensional character that I can dig my teeth in. I've played military before on trauma. I was a helicopter pilot with PTSD, and I interviewed, I think, 37 military personnel, and I played a woman who flew Apaches and had 3 tours in Afghanistan and has trauma. You know, so I would come home pretty depressed from shooting that. Very different than Ella, but I don't know. I don't think I'll probably ever. In full disclosure, I have no filter. I probably won't ever show hoo-ha and nipple. You know, so I will say this season when Ildy calls me up and she's like, so. There's a nudist colony, and you're probably gonna get naked. And mind you, I'm a scientist, okay? I'm like a nerdy forensic scientist. I'm like, there is no way that I'm gonna get naked. I'm definitely not like the sexy one. You know, you got like your maze, your badass, you're like a Tomb Raider, and everyone is. And I'm like, there's no way they're gonna ask me to like show skin on the show. I play Nerd Alert. Oh no. They're like, there's gonna be ass. And I gotta tell you, like, I was pretty comfortable with that, you know? I did do a lot of squats while watching Game of Thrones. I was like literally sitting there and I was like, oh, I love the Starks. And I was doing squats to keep it tight, but really, I mean, I love to be challenged and I love to do different things, so I don't think there's anything that would be off the table.
Thank you.
Except for this.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Hi, Aimee. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
I wanted to ask you, this is my first non-supernatural convention, so
welcome.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you about your experience on Supernatural. You guest starred on Justin Bellow, and I wanted to know how that went.
Oh my God. Okay, so I I have the best time. I still am friends with those guys, so I don't know, like, if we ever are in the same city for a Comic-Con, they literally embrace me like little sister, and we're like, I forget that they're like the Beatles in certain situations, and we'll be riding our bikes around Berlin, and then all of a sudden there's like a mob, and I end up becoming their professional photographer. But they are so lovely. I actually brought my parents to set because I ended up being there, I think, for like 3 weeks because there was weather issues or something. And they could not have been more gracious to my parents, to the point where my mom, who is a very classy, she's a self-made woman, grew up poor, ended up being an orthodontist, first female Latina to graduate Northwestern. So, like, she is a boss. She was flirting with them. I've never seen my mom flirt. And she was like, oh, Jensen. She's like, oh, choo-choo gum. In between take, and then when they call action, chew, not chew your gum. Why doesn't they do with your gum? And I'm like, no, totally inappropriate. I mean, he's a professional. And Jared would give Jensen a wedgie right before action. She's like, oh, you boys play so much before the take. Oh my goodness. And then you are so straight and professional and dramatic with the demons when it's action and cameras rolling. But before, you guys so goof. Oh my goodness. It's so funny to see. And I'm like, oh my God, no. So even I saw them in Berlin, I think earlier this year, and I was like, guys, I just want to thank you for being so gracious. And my dad even got a little Helios. My Puerto Rican dad was like, oh, Luisa, I see you flirting. I mean, they are so fun and so they really are the best, So I was the new kid, and they were very welcoming, and I would love Nancy to, talk about a virgin. She never had sex to save the world. Yeah. So I would love to have her come back as an angel. I keep trying to pitch that, we'll see. But I had the best time, and to be honest, I've literally been emailing the producers, like, can Nancy please come back from the dead? It's a supernatural show. So they were like, no, we're good, thanks. But they're so sweet. They're like, all right, we'll see if we can incorporate it in. But I had the best time, to the point where if they called me tomorrow and said, hey, will you come and do, I would in a heartbeat go and fly up to Vancouver. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. 3 line, 4 line, it was such a blast.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, hi.
What's your favorite dance move, and could you show me how to do it?
Oh God, my favorite dance move. Okay, so I started as a professional dancer, but lately I've been dancing like Napoleon Dynamite nerd, and so I don't even really know how to dance well anymore. So I think my favorite dance move is the awkward, like not on the beat move, where you don't know where it's gonna go. It could go right. It could go back, it could go this way, it could go like this. Crash away. So amazed of you. Hi. Really good. I love that we're just like, how are the kids doing? Not starting any rumor. How are you?
I'm good. I'm hungover.
Really?
Yes. Partied last night.
Oh, yeah.
Till what time?
Not that late.
Oh, okay.
Drank a lot.
I was like, Anne, well, you look amazing for being, as we call cruda. In Spanish, it's hungover.
Oh, yes.
By the way, Leslie Ann has the most perfect teeth ever. Yeah. And this is what we call a no filter needed over here face.
Oh my God, I let you finish up.
Stay.
Sure. Okay.
Come on. Yeah, I don't care.
Please.
I mean, how much time? I mean, I'm sure.
Actually, it's almost Leslie's time for on stage.
I know they have. They're so. Where did I end up? Questions. Was I this side? Did I answer? Oh,
Let's do one more question for Aimee.
So basically, they asked me my favorite dance move, and I told them it's like the awkward, spastic moves.
Show me.
I just did it for them. It's like, it's like you go down, and then you go up, and then you go back, and then you slap a imaginary ass. And then it's just a little awkward where you like go and people like, please stop.
And sisters are turning over in their grave.
I know, it is true. I have forgotten how to dance for real because I've danced dork for so long. So I would say my dork dance, which I'm happy to show you at the karaoke party later this evening.
Aimee Garcia! And let's segue